My name is Christain Oltzscher. I've been working for Festool for more than 30 years, and I'm serving on the board of Festool. I'm responsible for sales, marketing, and service worldwide.
Hi, Angela McMahan. I'm the Director of Marketing for Festool North America, and I've been here for a year and a half. So, Christian, why don't you tell me a little bit about Festool's history and the impact that it's had on the organization?
Festool's history is that Festool was in the US already in the 1950s with big machinery, then withdrew from the market, and we came back at the end of the 90s, 98, 99, with an import partner called Tool Guide. They imported the tools from Germany, and in about 2000 we decided that this market is too big and too important, and we bought this importer, and Festool is doing business now in the US since 2001. And I came over early 2001 and helped establishing the brand here in the US market.
What are your impressions of how it's changed since you started here in North America?
Oh, it changed a lot. You know, when I came over here in 2001, the first impression was that entering the country, the officer asked me, "So what are you doing in the US?" And I told him, "Selling tools." And he said, "What brand?" And I said, "Festool." And he said, "You know, I'm a woodworker, but I've never heard of Festool, so you must not doing a good job." I said, "Well, you know, I'm just arriving, give me a couple of years." And just 2 or 3 years later, I had the exact same question, and I said, "Who are you working for?" I said, "Festool." And the customs officer said, "Well, I just bought a TS55. And I thought, well, you know, that's how fast things have changed. In the first years, you know, we would try to set up a dealer network, but no dealer wanted to carry Festool. They had never heard of the brand. They said, "Well, you go out and build the brand, and once my customers are asking for it, then I might consider carrying Festool." So what we did in the beginning were direct sales. So we had tools on the trunk of our cars. There were about 7 people working for the company. We worked out of Goleta, California, and we would go to cabinet shops and introducing the brand. And it didn't take long, about a year, when all of a sudden dealers asked if they could sell Festool. So the word spread really fast. Thanks to the customers we had. They did a tremendous job in spreading the word, telling their colleagues about Festool. So it was fast. And coming now to the US, you know, seeing what has happened in the past 20 years, it's quite amazing to see. So I think it's a success story.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And when did you make the move to Indiana, and how was that transition from California?
Yeah, that was in about 2007. I mean, we started growing really fast, and it was impossible to hire people. And Goleta is close to Santa Barbara. It's very expensive to do business. So it was very clear, when we want to run our own warehouse, when we want to hire people, when we want to grow, we have to move the office away from Goleta. So we did some research, what is the best location, and ended up here in Lebanon, Indiana. That was about 2007, 2008.
Okay, wonderful. Can you tell a little bit about Festool's core values and what makes it stand out from other companies?
Yeah, I think really important is to understand that we are a family-owned business, and the family is in it for the long run. So we're never being measured by the next quarter results. It's always about the long-term run. So a question we get a lot from the family is, so what impact do decisions we do today have, you know, 5 or 10 years down the road? And that has a big impact on how we're working, always considering what does it mean down the road. Another important value is to take really good care of customers. And that's why we built the tools we built with the quality they have, and why we also take, why customer service is so important for the company. We try to do a very good job. We sometimes fail, but overall I think we think a lot about the customer and how to serve the customer perfectly. And last but not least, I think one of the core values is treating employees right, not just customers and dealers, but also employees. Being a good employer is a really important core value of the company.
That's wonderful. I just made my first trip to Germany this past fall, and it was great to meet the family. They attended all the events. They really engaged, and I could feel the energy and excitement that they had for their employees. So I can see those values coming to life.
Was it any different from what you expected?
So I had always worked for larger organizations, public organizations. So I think having the family values, but the actual family present was something that was different. So it did feel like a smaller team, like you were kind of on the inside, which was an interesting feeling from some of the larger organizations I'd worked for.
Yeah, and the family takes great interest in the company. It's not that they own the company and never show up. They are in the office every day. They make sure that the company is managed the way they want to have the company managed, that management represents their core values. So it's really good to have the family in the business.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Tell me a little bit about Festool's focus on innovation and growth.
Yeah, it's innovation. I think is very important. I mean, we want to build the best tool there is in the categories we choose to be in. Festool is highly focused on specific segments. We don't have tools for electricians or plumbers, for example. But if we build a tool for our target groups, it has to be the best tool out there, and that has a lot to do with innovation. We watch customers, how they work, we see where do they spend a lot of time, what are cumbersome tasks they have to do on a daily basis, and then try to come up with a system of tools, accessories, and consumables to make their life easier, to help them make a better job, create better projects. So we consider ourselves being part of the work process of our customers.
Yeah, I think coming from the marketing department, I'm really excited about the innovation that we have upcoming in the future years, and to your point, all the new innovation is very meticulously designed and researched in order to solve our customers' needs. So it's really exciting to see that dedication from the R&D team. And
it's strange. I mean, when I started, I thought, how difficult can it be to create a power tool? It's a motor spinning, and there's a saw blade or something, and you won't believe how much time goes into getting every little detail perfect. I mean, for me, one of the most impressive examples is what has impact on the lifetime of a tool. We really understand in every detail what impacts the lifetime of a tool and what doesn't. And where we have an impact on the lifetime, we're talking about very small tolerances. We really have to get it right, otherwise a tool is not going to last for 10 or 20 years, like most of our tools last, but for 1 or 2 years. And we don't want to build tools that last for 1 or 2 years. They should last a long, long time.
Yeah, I think also, from my perspective, the research that I've seen and the feedback from our consumers is that, we produce tools that have unparalleled quality and the precision in the cuts and then the power, but also the durability. Some people have Festool tools their entire life, and that's just a testament to the innovation.
Yeah, and you asked about growing. And yes, we are a company, we are there to grow, but we would never jeopardize our values for growth. And that's part of being family owned. The family decides what's, when they are happy with the growth. So growing is good, it's important for a business, but never at the cost of our values and basic principles.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about what Festool is like in Germany?
Yeah, since the company has been around since 1925, it's different from what we have here in the US. We have R&D in Germany. We have most of the manufacturing in Germany. We also have a factory in the Czech Republic, but most of the tools come out of Germany. And it's a different culture. That's why it's different from here. You're still at Festool USA, you still have that startup mentality. That's quite different from Festool Germany.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Also, coming from a larger organization, I also feel that startup mentality, and it's a smaller team, so everybody's wearing multiple hats and all on the same page to try to get things accomplished that at a larger organization just naturally already exist.
Yeah. And one main difference is since the company has been around for so long, we have many employees that have been there for 20, 30, 40 years. One employee that has been there for 50 plus years. So that's also a major difference.
Yeah, I think on my team, somebody's been here about 17 years, and that's the longest tenure on our team. So there's a lot more of that. That's great. What is the most exciting part of your job?
Well, the most exciting part is actually talking to customers and dealers. That's what I enjoy the most. And no matter if it's presenting a new product or handling complaints, that's a lot of fun. Also fun is talking to the team, having conversations about doing things. That's a lot of fun. And I also would like to mention how much fun it is to be part of the R&D process, to see how new ideas come to life, see the first prototypes, being able to work with them for the first time. That's really exciting because you can feel early on if a product is going to be successful or not, and you can already envision what customers are going to say when you present this product for the first time. And we have a long pipeline full of very exciting products for the next years, and that's a lot of fun.
Yes, yes.
And what's also fun is playing foos with Sedge, which I'm trying to do every time I'm here in Lebanon.
Yes, you can do that right after this. Well, that's great. I think from my side, I share the same excitement with our innovation pipeline and what we really have in store for our customers. I think also while we are still young here in North America, just bringing Festool to more tradespeople and just increasing the knowledge of Festool and sharing it with more people. So that's exciting from my perspective.